Today's a very important day for the city, for the downtown, especially this area north of Clematis, and our firm and both of our development partners, Concord Hospitality and Woodfield Investments. I want to thank the CRA for working with us to organize this event. We got lucky with the weather, so we're going to make this brief, but I want to just start by talking about 2012. That's when I first heard about this RFP. And I was in the north of Arizona with my daughter. We had just gone to one of the national parks, and I got a return call from Mark Laporte and from Keith McGraw, and I had invited them to join me to pursue this RFP. And I think they asked me, there's a lot of silence when I said we're going to go after this thing, and they said, well, you think you have a chance? And I said, of course we do. Yeah, sure, we can do that. And I don't think they really believed it, but they did do their part. They flew down here when I asked them to and convinced the city that there were capable operators and that we could really shepherd this project from beginning to end. And so thank you, Mark and Keith and the whole Concord team. I also want to mention and thank Keith Spina, because back then in the summer he had already been contracted by a competing firm to do this RFP. So he was gracious enough to call that firm and ask if he could also work on my side. And everybody knows, Keith knows that he's pretty smart and opportunistic, and he picked the right horse, so thank you, Keith, for that.
You're always the right horse.
And then a little bit later, we got a big shot of adrenaline when Woodfield joined the team. And Woodfield, with the addition of Mike Schwartz, my friend from Charlotte, they brought a lot of expertise on multifamily development, deal making, and just an overall positive attitude to get this thing done, which is very complex with 3 different groups working together to get to the finish line. So thank you, Mike. So we've been calling this thing the former City Hall site for a long time, and it's been crying out for a new name, and we've been thinking about that for the overall development. And so today I just want to announce that we're going to be calling this project Flagler Banyan Square. And we're going to call it that because we think this intersection is very important. It's really the preferred way into downtown, down Banyan. And of course, Flagler connotes that we're on the waterfront, which is our competitive advantage for all of our products here. So we're working right now on a logo that'll really highlight that intersection. And everything will be called something at Flagler Banyan Square. So I hope you like that, because we've thought about a lot of different things and had to respect the trademark issues associated with the Flagler name, but that's what we're going to go with. And just for you that are not familiar, the project contains 251 luxury apartments, residences, 20,000 square feet of retail, a beautiful 208-key Marriott Autograph Collection hotel, a waterfront restaurant, some Class A office space, which we're getting a lot of interest for, and then a beautiful park right here on the waterfront that'll have an amazing piece of art right on Flagler that we're working on right now with a couple of artists. And we're going to support the activity of the park, not just with the activated restaurant and the people in the hotel, but also with a very robust events business. And so we really want to turn it into action-packed kind of urban square. We call it a park, but for us it's more of an urban square where there'll always be something happening, and I think it'll be an exciting addition to the open spaces in the city and hopefully a catalyst for more development to the north. So, and lastly, I just want to thank the city, and in particular Mayor Muoio. She's been my partner in this whole process, and you know, it's been a long haul, and also John Ward, but whenever I've needed something, and I try not to ask for too much, but from time to time we've hit, you know, road bumps or whatever, where, you know, I just have a coffee with either or both of them and explain our situation, and they've been very gracious and really understanding our position, and there's been an incredible amount of trust that was built between our side as a group and then the city and the CRA, and I think that's important in every deal. So thank you for trusting us with this very important piece of property. Now, with that, I want to introduce Mayor Muoio. Thank you.
Well, good morning, everyone. It is great to be here today, and I hope we beat the rain. Ladies, I don't know about you, but my hair is expanding by the minute. A little humid. This is such an exciting project. You know, we were talking about doing something with Old City Hall when I was on the City Commission 10, 12 years ago. So it's even before 2012 that Frank mentioned that we've been talking about this site because it's such an iconic site, such an important site in our city. And I'm just so pleased that Frank Navarro is developing it. You know, he's a hometown guy, has a great team. Keith Spina, the most amazing architect around. And of course our CRA, who has done so much to make sure that this happens. I can't wait till we do the ribbon cutting. Maybe I won't be here as mayor, but I'll be here anyway. So I can't wait. It'll be great. Before I end, though, I want to introduce the city commissioners who are here with us today. President of the City Commission, Paul Ryan. One of our newest city commissioners, Christina Lambert. And City Commissioner Keith James. You know, commissioners have been great partners in this endeavor. They had to take some innovative and creative action to be able to allow this to be the height that we needed it to be. They stood behind it and have supported it, and we're just happy to be here today on this really important occasion that we're finally seeing work done on this site. And you know, when it's done, it's going to be fabulous. So congratulations to Frank and Keith and all of the other folks who are involved in this great project. And turn it back to you, I guess, huh?
Just want to bring Mike Schwartz up here with Woodfield to say a few words about his part of the project. Mike.
Thank you, Frank. Thank you, Frank. So pleased to be here. Mayor, you should be really proud of your city. The staff and Woodfield is in several markets. We're in Philly, we're in DC, we're in Raleigh, we're in Charlotte, we're in Greenville, South Carolina, and we're in Charleston, South Carolina, and now we're in West Palm Beach, and could not be more excited. And just the interaction between Frank, city staff, our hotel partner here, it's really been just an inspiring process. These last, seems like 10 years, only 2.5, 3 years. My hair is also poofing out here, so forgive me. So Woodfield's strategy is to serve the absolute best neighborhoods in the markets we're in. And if you look woodfielddevelopment.net, you'll see some remarkable communities that we built over the years in these markets. We have 16 current developments underway, and none of which is more exciting than this here, right on the waterfront in downtown West Palm Beach. Frank mentioned what we're building: 251 apartment residences, 7,000 square feet of amenity space for our residents. Everything from world-class fitness, yoga, all of that will be programmed with things for our residents to do. Rooftop deck. There won't be anything like it in West Palm Beach. That's our strategy. That's what we like to come in each of the neighborhoods we serve at the very top and be very active participants in the neighborhoods we're in. So a few thanks. There's a lot of people that get this kind of a development like this arranged. Some of them are here. Our financial partners, Prudential. Big investor in South Florida, all over South Florida, but we've done business with them up and down the eastern seaboard. Fifth Third Bank is here. Thank you, Fifth Third. In the shadow of the Fifth Third building, they're our construction lender, along with Santander, another bank that we've done multiple deals with. I also, like Frank, want to thank Keith Spina. He and his team were just remarkable. We don't have an office here. And so we kind of took over their offices, and they were always hospitable and made us feel at home, and designed an incredible community as well. So I'm going to just leave you with one thing. Frank, growing up in South Florida, remarkably is a big hockey fan. I grew up in Chicago, and I'm also a big hockey fan. So I'm going to use a hockey analogy here. I hope everyone understands. The great one, Wayne Gretzky, talked about his greatness and why he was great. And what he said was he skated to where the puck was going to go and not where the puck is. And I believe the puck is coming to West Palm Beach. Thank you very much.
Okay, so Jorge Pesquera, why don't you come up and talk to us about tourism? And then we're going to finish with Mark Laporte, who is the CEO of Concord, the hotel developer. Thanks, Jorge.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Frank. And on behalf of Discover the Palm Beaches, the Tourism Marketing Corporation for Palm Beach County, it's really a pleasure to be here in this wonderful, groundbreaking celebration. You know, as a resident of West Palm Beach, the county's tourism marketer, and a frequent bike rider along this beautiful waterfront, I can't tell you how many times I looked at this site and envisioned a beautiful hotel complex. So this is truly a dream come true. And yet another step for West Palm Beach, a city that back in the 1920s boasted a dozen hotels on its waterfront, and including one right here on the Helen Wilkes site. And this is really history coming full circle. Just as new hotels in the Convention, Arts, and Entertainment District on the south side of downtown are creating excitement and vibrancy in that area, this complex will serve as an important bookend for a city that's truly come of age. When Henry Flagler arrived here 120 years ago and navigated down these beautiful waters, he was so taken by the tropical scene, he called it a veritable paradise. And that's true to this day. He developed the region into a vacation destination, provided key investments for this west, and I should say wonderful side of the Intracoastal Waterway, and he truly created America's first resort destination. So almost 120 years later, here we are today, offering the same legendary hospitality, the key ingredient in our secret sauce, the essence of our brand. In fact, many others are taking notice. Forbes Travel Guide included the Palm Beaches in its top 18 top destinations for 2018, along with such highly recognized cities as Sydney, Abu Dhabi, Toronto, and Buenos Aires. So we've come a long way. But it's new forward-thinking developments such as this one that keep a destination top of mind for travelers. And visitors, ladies and gentlemen, equal jobs. 70,000 strong and counting in the Palm Beaches. In the first quarter of 2018, the Palm Beaches welcomed a record-breaking 2.4 million visitors. That's nearly 3% over last year's record levels. And in 2017, close to 8 million visitors spent a record $4.7 billion in the destination. And over the past 7 years, we've seen a staggering 61% increase in visitors. That is why these hotel projects make so much sense for such a great city. The local and state tax revenues generated by visitors partly support essential services in public safety, education, infrastructure, while saving all of us the burden of a state tax, income tax. So this beautiful new hotel within this project will not only mean more jobs and entertainment options, but a vibrant and stronger local economy in the years ahead. So to Frank Navarro and his team, Mayor Muoio, John Ward at the CRA, the folks at Woodfield and Concord Hospitality, I say bring it on. Congratulations. We're thrilled to become your destination partners, to support your success, and look forward to welcoming new guests, meetings, and conferences very soon. Thank you.
I want to introduce Mark Laporte, CEO of Concord Hospitality. Thanks, Mark.
Thank you. So much of what I would like to have said has been said, so I will not repeat it. I learned this morning that the mayor and I both came from Buffalo, New York. I also learned that a guy from West Palm likes hockey and a guy from Chicago does. We're from Buffalo and I don't like hockey at all. Also learned while the ladies' hair is expanding, for the gentlemen, mine is contracting. A little bit about our project in Concord. We are a company of over 100 hotels. This year, in fact, we will add 14 brand new hotels in exciting markets and different points across the map. What Jorge said, though, has been of keen interest to us in what's happening here in Palm Beach County for a number of years. Years ago, we built the Courtyard by Marriott at the airport, Center Park, where I met Frank. So this area is not new to us and have watched it very closely over time. Really did not see a great opportunity to expand it into what hadn't been done, a true 4-star, 4+ star hotel in downtown West Palm, since frankly there were no opportunities. Frank, the city, everybody helped lead the way, and in a partnering spirit, here we are today. This will be a 208-room hotel. It will be differentiated from anything else in the market by its scale, meaning very upscale, its rooftop amenities, which you'll be able to see across into the Atlantic. Ultimately, it's all about contemporariness, it's all about lifestyle, it's all about being very cool, and at the same time, rather luxurious. Our company is a group of associates that are totally into what we do, add hospitality and service to everybody and anyone who enters our hotels. Over 4,500 strong, and we are already in this market. We opened just a few weeks ago a downtown Miami 4-star hotel too. So we are thrilled, absolutely thrilled, enthusiastic to be here, and ultimately we are very community minded. You will find that everything that Concord does links with community, from raising dollars for community efforts to linking and interfacing with city folks in ways that we are really part of the neighborhood and part of the structure of what is going to be a great new place to stay. So thank you very much.
Okay, well, that would conclude our event, except that we need to do the groundbreaking, right?